like watching it now, yeah, it's a little different. But like, I think of like Saw and stuff like that. That scared me as a kid. Like, my mom watched, like, I saw, like, a scene from Final Destination because I walked into her room while she was watching it. And I think it was, it still haunts me to this day because I work out with weights. It's the one where he's going like this and the swords come down, cut the cables, and he goes down one more time and they just smash his head.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
That was the one that I walked in on, and I am still, like, freaked out to this day about that.
I think that's the third one.
Yeah.
That was when the two girls got locked in the fucking tanning bed.
The tanning beds. And I tell my sister every time she goes to the tanning bed, I'm like, you better make sure that thing you're not knocking anything over because you're going to get stuck in there.
Well, that's like anyone in my generation for the first one will not drive behind a truck with logs
I know.
on it.
I still, even my age group, we people will post on TikTok and like, I saw that movie. I ain't doing it.
Luckily, I don't see them that often, but when I do, I'm like...
Oh, I see them all the time. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I'll hop on the highway and I see
well, yeah, you're
logs.
more in a rural area than I guess over here.
Yeah, well, there's a meme all the time too, where it shows a line full of cars over here and no one behind the truck, and it says, "We all saw that movie."
For a while, that's why I didn't want to fly.
Really?
Yeah, because of Final Destination. Yeah.
I always get worried about that. I actually almost died on my flight back from Puerto Rico.
What the fuck?
Did we not tell you about this?
No.
We were flying back into Midway, and Midway is known for having really bad winds. And we're like, we can see the runway right below us, and our plane does almost a 180 onto its side.
What? Really?
Yeah, and somehow, some way, we get back, but it's still like teetering. And next thing you know, the wheels hit the ground. And we're like,
fuck,
you're kidding me. We were that close to death. I was like, I'm never going out of Midway again. I haven't had any issues out of O'Hare, but Midway, yeah, that was my first time out of Midway, last time as well.
That's all I've ever flown out is Midway. I've never flown out of O'Hare yet.
I've flown through Midway once. Every other time it's been through O'Hare.
Really?
No, yeah, because he warned us, like, I think probably 10 miles out. He was like, yeah, well, there's some turbulence. We're going to have
more than 10 miles out because it goes 600 miles per hour. So.
Oh, yeah. I guess so.
10 miles.
Maybe 10 minutes out. Maybe 10 minutes out.
We're landing in 5 seconds. No, he warned us at some point. He's like, we're going to have some turbulence. It's pretty gusty over here in Chicago. And we were like, all right, whatever. And next thing you know, yeah, we're like literally 100 feet from the ground, and we just go at 180. Like, I'm looking at the sun while we're about to land. I'm like, no, not right now, dude.
I remember when I flew out to Florida, we were on the runway, and it takes off. So you feel the fucking torque when it takes off, and all of a sudden it was a torque of it stopping.
Holy shit.
Like, we're going to try that again. I'm like, what?
What?
We're going to do
try
what?
it again?
Did they refuel it all? Because
No,
I thought planes use most of their fuel on takeoff.
Oh, no, they didn't refuel. But I guess there was another plane that didn't land right away, so it was in the way, kind of.
Shit.
So, which it wasn't really in the way. Like, they still could have taken off, but it would have been close. So they were like, yeah, we're gonna turn around and do that again, bless you.
Holy shit.
Like, fuck, I'm like this. I'm like, do I really want to do this?
Florida will be there tomorrow.
Fuck.
That's...
No, planes have always like been a concern of mine. Like, it's not common.
Oh, and you're going to be a combat medic with the airborne. There you go.
No, so see, that's different.
Yep.
It's different. We don't have to worry about like other...
Are you talking about like hijackings and stuff like that?
Well,
or?
I mean, hijackings, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, that's always a concern. But I'm talking, like, you're probably more likely to crash in a plane that is for civilians.
Commercial plane.
Yeah, compared to a military plane.
And they say that the highest chance of you crashing is landing and takeoff and landing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and at least I know in my airplane, everyone has a parachute.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, American Airlines can't afford parachutes for everybody.
Probably the extra weight.
Yeah, but yeah, no. So
At that point, you just stick your head
Well,
between your
I'm
legs.
jumping out of the plane regardless. There.
But you got to also realize though the military planes are designed to jump out of whether it's the side opening, the cargo opening, where commercial airlines again, that door opens up, you're getting sucked out like the force. You're not designed to jump out of those.
Yeah.
There's no way of jumping out safely of those.
Exactly. So I'd rather jump out safely.
I mean,
Still rather have a parachute if we're going down, but I mean most of the time you're not. It just crashes. It doesn't like, hey, we're going down. Find a way to jump out. It doesn't work that way.
I was just explaining this to they changed the parachute system. You used to have to pull your own parachute. Now they've got a stringer in the airplane, and you are behind somebody, and you have to be an arm's length away, and you walk behind them, and you jump out after them. And what happens is you fall 4 feet, and it automatically pulls your parachute for you.
those are for people who try to commit suicide on their watch.
No, this is just in the military. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And so...
But what happens if you need to get closer? You can't just have your parachute open. I've seen Rambo. He's got to get closer. You got to dive a little bit before you open it up.
That's not how things happen. Yes, they try to have us land as soon as possible because we want to get to the zone as fast as possible. But no, we try to make it as safe as possible too, and that's, I guess, the safest way is to have it automatically pull for you. But yeah, Lupe, we were talking about it, and my recruiter was telling me that we have to be an arm's length away because if we're not, we will fall on top of the guy in front of us onto their parachute.
Oh, shit.
And with the wind blowing up, it's like a solid object, but it's not enough to keep him like steady.
Yeah.
So you're both just plummeting. And if you fall on top of his parachute, there's enough wind coming up under you for it to feel like a solid object. He told you have to stand up and run and jump off of the parachute.
Holy shit, dude.
It's nuts. But yeah, no, I guess it's one of the more common things to happen in airborne training. We only jump from an airplane once inside of airborne training.
Jesus. That's all the training you get? What the fuck?
Yeah. Every other time that we jump, it's from a 4-foot box, a 6-foot box, a 10-foot like pillar thing, and then we go to like 30 feet, and then 100 feet, and then we get into the airplane, and they say if you can do 100 feet, you can do 30,000 or 3,000.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
You ain't seen me jump off of a 10-foot platform.
No. So what do you jump on the 10-foot platform into a padding? Because you don't have anything, you're going to hurt yourself still.
It's teaching you how to fall. It's actually yeah.
Teach me how to.
I'm not flying. That was falling with style.
Yeah, no, they literally the first part of your training is just like learning to be Buzz Lightyear because you're like they showed you how you fall out of a plane. You're not supposed to jump out of a plane. You're falling out of a plane.
Fuck.
And they say, or he was telling us that you have to like lean right or something, and because like when you're walking, the door's on your right. You like lean out. You don't like look and then jump. You just whoop. Yeah, like it looks like you're just accidentally falling out of the plane. It's so funny. I don't know the reason for it. I don't know if
you'll learn it.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever explained it to us, but all I know is that we like fall out of the plane. But it's not. I think once we get to 10 feet, we're not falling onto padding. They then attach us to a
kind of like a bungee.
Yeah, it's like a
type
bungee thing, and it's not gonna make us fall all the way. It's to get us used to that height and being able to.
Yeah,
like,
kind of like
right,
I don't know if you've ever
fall.
did a rock climbing at like Great America. It's probably one of those.
One of those things that let you down slowly. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what it is, and they used to do it at Fort Bennington. They have these pillars that go, I think it's like a mile. Yeah, it's about a mile. and it's just straight up.
Fuck that.
A mile into the sky, and they use a crane lift to get the guys up there because they can't climb it.
Well, yeah, shit.
So they use this like button system, and it like you attach them to it, and then you just start going up, and you get set on this like platform, and you just they didn't even get you to a platform. They just put you up there, and it's like one of those droppers at the amusement park. It just drops you. You're just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, just.
Although there's this one amusement ride, and I don't know where the hell it's at, but you're standing on a platform, no parachute, no harness, nothing, and you fall into it. You free fall like 40 or 50 feet into a net.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Somebody did that from a plane.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's he did the world record for the longest net fall, I think is what it's called.
Fuck that.
He has to aim for this little target. He has to like guide himself through the air and land there. And if he doesn't, he dies.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I am more afraid of people that do the gliding thing. They have like gliders on their arms. And they literally glide.
They're flying.
They
too,
are going
like,
fast.
literally and figuratively.
They are the fastest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And there was actually an accident that I saw on, I think it was TikTok or Instagram or something. And this guy was flying with his buddy, and he saw his buddy hit rocks.
I think I've seen that.
And he died on impact.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, if you're going to die, that's the way to go. Impact, quickly.
Yeah.
You won't feel it, you're good.
Yeah, no, that stuff scares me. If I was going that fast, oh man.
You know what I always wanted to do was jump out of a airplane, parachute and shit like that, but with a snowboard. Like I don't know if you guys, well, it's more at my era, but Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, when Tommy jumped out with a snowboard, I thought that was so fucking cool.
It sounds like something like Jackass would do. I keep watching Steve-O things. He's got his own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He talks about how like different things that he wouldn't do. One of them, he wouldn't go bungee jumping because I don't know why.
No, he's not afraid of heights. He did kind of go bungee jumping. That was when he was in the porta potty.
This was when Steve-O, they were like just starting up, I think, because he looked really, really young. But they put him in a bird costume, and they told him to strap into a bungee suit. And they were like, "See if you can fly." They were gonna have him flap his wings all the way down. He wouldn't do it. I think they had
I think they had Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, they had Johnny Knoxville do it, I think.
And then I think in the last movie, they shot him out of a cannon, and he was in that same fucking bird suit.
I watched Johnny Knoxville went over the things that they weren't supposed to show. There were like multiple different things that they were not supposed to show. Like one of them was Johnny Knoxville getting arrested because he went into a convenience store dressed up as an inmate with handcuffs.
Oh, shit.
Or no, it was a hardware store, and he tried to get customers to saw the handcuffs off. Nobody would do it, and eventually they evacuated the store, and the cops came and arrested him.
Really?
They tried to tell him that it wasn't, or it was just for a movie. And the cops were like, "No, it ain't gonna work like that." Johnny went to the jail that night, and then eventually they talked to the set, and they were like, "Yeah, you're not allowed to film here anymore." So they had to move destinations.
Oh god! All right, let's start this.
Yeah.
Missing someone.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Impulsive Thoughts. I almost messed that up.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Missing Don tonight. He's on his way home from work. He's being a little bitch and going
I
home.
haven't seen Don in ages.
Probably since we did the Truth or Dab episode.
No, you've been at some of the parties for the girls that he's been at, right?
I don't think so. I've missed quite a few things. I missed Ryland's and Easton's birthday because of work.
Yeah. Poker. No, Donnie wasn't at poker night. You're right.
Yeah, no, Donnie hasn't been at poker night either.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, probably the Truth or Dab episode then. That was before you were even a host, Dan.
Yeah. That's what we were talking about. We're walking up the driveway. Logan's like, just us tonight? I go, yeah, Donnie's working. He goes, nobody else? I go, there is nobody else. I'm like, well, I thought you guys had a few people on. I go,
Oh, yeah, we had James, but James...
But I told him, I said, we only had James. I go, well, the episode you were at, we had a few people there on purpose for the Truth or Dab episode. That's
we had
why.
Merv. That's right.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah.
Merv,
Oh
James.
yeah, Merv. That's who I was thinking of. Because
Yeah.
I was like, well, there were quite a few people here last time,
Yeah.
or the first episode that I was here, and I knew one of them was James, but I knew the whole story behind that, and my dad took his place, but and I knew Donnie, but I knew
Worst
Donnie
decision
wasn't
ever.
showing up very much.
You didn't hear me. Anyway, we got Mr. Dano.
Hi there, everybody.
Dano.
And, well, since I wasn't able to put out the episode last week, we have Logan again.
Hell yeah! What is up?
We had him and Rain both last week. Corrupt files, though, did not allow Lupe to post it.
Yeah, that was so weird.
Very weird.
Yeah,
I was so
it the
pissed that day,
hour and
too.
a half that
I
she
was so
talked for.
Yeah.
It was basically 3 hours of Rain talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drunken stories by Rain. But it's all good.
But yeah. So, how do I want to transition? How's everybody doing today? I was trying to wonder trying to figure out how I was going to transition it, segue and shit.
It'll come naturally.
We're talking about Crips. Crips.
The Crip Walk.
Crips.
Crypt Keeper.
Not Crips.
I'm doing all right.
It's been a long week for me.
It was a normal week for me. I worked 5 days, but it's funny. We were talking about it earlier. Me, Yari, and Leroy and Mark were talking about it. Like, Leroy's like, yeah, it felt weird to me because he was off Monday, had a personal day. Then he was in Tuesday, but then he had jury duty Wednesday. And then he was there yesterday and today. And he's like, I'm messed up what day it is. And I told him, like, yeah, I'm like, Tuesday all day I thought it was Wednesday because it was my second time seeing you guys. And normally I see you guys on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I'm like, it's Wednesday. No, it's only fucking Tuesday. And then this week is just, I don't know, I'm extra drained even though it was a normal week for me.
Yeah, there was a couple nights I didn't fall asleep till like 12:30, and then I
Ugh.
have to get up at 3:30 in the morning.
See, and that was me last night. I didn't go to bed till like 11:30ish, till almost 11:30 or 12. And yeah, getting up at 3, I'm like dead today.
Yeah.
Like I had said before, I think we were recording, I was planning on researching something to add to your episode, thinking it ties in a little bit, and then I'm like, nope, I'm not researching shit. I'm sitting here doing nothing, playing on my phone until it's time to go to your house.
Typical Dan fashion.
I took the girls outside actually, so they could play. It was cold, but they won. I got home from work and they're like fighting with each other because they're just been cooped in the house. They've been on spring break all week, but nothing to do because it's been crappy weather.
Yeah, it's been shitty.
So it was sunny out, and I went out there, and they both put gloves on, and I was sitting there like, that's fine. And then my fucking hands started freezing, and I'm like, it's cold. And Rylan, before I even said, she goes, Dad, I'm going inside. And normally she won't. She'll like sit out there till her face, and she's like, I'm going inside. I'm like, all right. And then Easton was playing with her two friends next door, and I'm like, Easton, like, I'm going inside with Rylan. I go, just if they go inside or if they go somewhere else, just come inside. So 5 minutes later, she came in. I go, what's going on? She goes, they got cold. They went inside. So she came in. I'm like, yeah, but we were out there for about, I want to say 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, and then I took them out and I taught them how to play 500.
Nice.
They wanted to play this like wolf thing. What was that called?
Oh, it's from Bluey. It's What's the Time, Mr. Wolf. So
oh yeah, what's the time?
it's kind of like red light, green light, almost like, have you watched Squid Games yet?
Yeah, I
It's
watched.
kind of like that, where usually the Mr. Wolf, you're facing the other way, and you're like, it's 5 o'clock, and they take 5 steps forward. It's 3 o'clock, 3 steps forward. And then whenever, after a certain amount of steps, you say, it's lunchtime, and you got to turn around and catch them, and whoever you catch is it next.
Okay. Yeah, I did not want to run, so I was like, you know what? I got a game for you guys. I'm going to stand here and throw this ball in the air. You try to catch it, and I'm going to yell at a random number.
I'd be that asshole. Be like, it's 3:25. Like, how do I do that?
But it's funny, because in the Bluey show, the one girl that does it all the time, they're like, I forgot what her name is right now. They're like, Muffin. She always like, it's 3 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock, and she'll keep listing numbers until they're literally almost touching her. It's lunchtime, so she turns around and just grabs them right away. They're like, Muffin, you gotta say it sooner. So by the end of the show, she starts playing it the right way. But it's just, it's funny. So with the girls, when I'm playing it, I'm like, so only one of them lines up by the street. I'm like, I'm not chasing anyone. So it was Easton lined up by the street and Ryland's up here. I'm like, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So I'm like, it's lunchtime. So the first time Ryland jumped off the porch and like landed wrong and rolled. And she's like, I can't catch you. You're moving too fast. And I go, that's the way it's played, Ryland. So then I did basically from the bluey, I said like 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, blah, blah. And then Easton's pretty much touching the front porch. And I'm like, now it's lunchtime. So then Ryland was able to catch her. Anyways, that's kid games for you. Instead of Squid Games, I'm gonna do.
He said Squid Games like he's killing his kids or some shit.
Squid Games. They still haven't come out with a second season.
No.
They came out with the English version, didn't they?
Well, that was a game show
Or was
based
that
off
Mr.
it.
Beast? Because I know Mr. Beast did something.
Yeah,
like
no,
that too.
there was another game show they did based off of Squid Games.
Okay.
They did a reality show based off it. So they did the exact same games from the actual show, but you didn't die. You got eliminated with.
I hope you didn't die.
Yeah,
No, it was a hit. Everyone loved it because it was like a drama TV show. Like if you ever watched like
It was
those
good.
like
Me and
date
Jamie
night
loved
shows.
it. Oh man, there was a lady that we all hated because she was an asshole. Like during the cross the bridge game. Oh, but
Wait,
yeah,
are you talking about the actual Squid Games, or are you talking about the other
the
one?
show that's the reality show based
Oh,
on
okay.
it.
I was gonna say because in Squid Games too, that one broad
Yeah.
too, she was. I hated her.
Yep. No, but the reality one based on it was pretty good. You know, the seeing thing when you pause when it turns around, the red light, green light, it shot paintballs and you.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We got to do that.
That'd be sick.
So.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was funny because me and Jamie, when we first started watching, like, how are they gonna like air quote kill people? And then we're waiting for the first few to get shot, and we're like, is it just you got a paintball? But no, the people that they must have made them sign some kind of waiver because they got shot and they're like, ugh, and they fall down and they pretend like they're dying. It was funny.
I'd be super like over dramatic about it, like oh, like fall over, and then out of nowhere I just go, ah!
like, like you're dying for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like Jim Carrey in the mask.
You gotta do the Peter Griffin.
Oh yeah.
Fall on his knee.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get to this episode. I was just gonna segue when you were talking about Wolf and Wolf Game or whatever the fuck that was, but
Squid Game? Oh.
no, you were talking
What's
about
lunchtime,
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah,
Wolf,
whatever.
or
What
what's the
the-
time, Mr. Wolf, whatever.
yeah, sure. So, and I'm gonna segue into that because, well, I posted on Facebook that I was gonna do an episode on Skinwalkers tonight, and a wolf is very like into this episode because they say Skinwalkers can transform into certain animals, and wolves are one of them. So, just a little background in Navajo culture, a Skinwalker is a type of harmful witch.
Flesh pedestrian.
Yeah. Who has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal. The term is never used for healers. So, in the Navajo language, it's Doushi.
Douchey. Whoa.
Doushi.
They are pretty douchey.
And that actually translate into as they walk on all fours, I think. So, and this actually came from the Navajo tribes and stuff like that, which the Navajo tribes, that's going to be hard to say, are from Canada. And they ended up migrating south because it was way too cold in Canada and people were dying in the tribe. So they wanted to live. So
Really?
So the Navajo are speakers of Na-Dene, Southern Athabascan language, with which they call Dene Bazad, is people's language. The term Navajo comes from the Spanish missionaries and historians who referred to Pueblo Indians through this term. Although they referred to themselves as the Dene, meaning the people, the language comprise. See this, you know how I am when I'm reading shit, like how fucked up I am when that comes. But the language comprises two geographic, mutually intelligible dialects. It is closely related to the languages of the Apache. The Navajo and the Apache are believed to have migrated from northwestern Canada, like I said, and eastern Alaska, where the majority of Athabascan speakers reside. Additionally, some Navajo speak Navajo Sign Language, which is either a dialect or daughter of Plains Sign Talk. Some also speak Plains Sign Talk itself. Archaeological and historical evidence suggests that the Athabascan ancestors of the Navajo and Apache entered the Southwest around 1400 CE. The Navajo oral tradition is said to retain references of this migration. For example, the Great Canadian Parks website suggests that Navajo may be descendants of the Lost Naha tribe, a slavey tribe from the Nahani region west of Great Slave Lake. I have a ton of research on like the history of the Navajos and stuff like that, and I'm not going to go all the way into it. Basically,
Putting Logan to sleep, see?
yeah, I know. I'm putting myself to sleep. Shit. Basically, Western historians believe that the Spanish before 1600 referred to the Navajo as Apaches or Quechos. Fray Geronimo de Zarate Salmeron, who was in Jemez, in 1622, used Apache de Navajo in 1620s to refer to the people in Chama Valley region, east of the San Juan River. So now we're getting into the United States and stuff like this, which actually wasn't quite the United States.
Said it was 1600.
I was in San Juan.
Puerto Rico.
Yes.
So was I.
And then fast forwarding, in 1800, Governor Chacon led 500 men to the Tunicha Mountains against the Navajo In 1800, Governor Chacon led 500 men to the Tunicha Mountains against the Navajo. 20 Navajo chiefs asked for peace. In 1804 and 1805, the Navajo and Spaniards mounted major expeditions against each other's settlements. In May 1805, another peace was established. Similar patterns of peacemaking, raiding, and trading among the Navajo, Spaniards, Apache, Comanche, and Hopi continued until the arrival of Americans in 1846. Basically, they wanted peace, but the Americans weren't having it.
What? That's unheard of.
Right? So, this turned into the Long Walked. It's the Long Walk of the Navajo. Beginning in the spring of 1864, the Army forced around 9,000 Navajo men, women, and children to walk over 300 miles to Fort Sumner, New Mexico, for internment at Bosque Redondo. The internment was disastrous for the Navajo, as the government failed to provide enough water, wood, provisions, livestock for the 4,000 to 5,000 people. Large-scale crop failure and disease were also endemic during this time, as were raids by other tribes and white civilians. Go figure. Fucking white people.
Yeah.
Some Navajos froze in the winter because they could make only poor shelters from the few materials they were given. This period is known among the Navajos as the fearing time. In addition, a smaller group of the Mescalero Apache, longtime enemies of the Navajos, had been relocated to the area, which resulted in conflicts. In 1868, the Treaty of Bosque Redondo was negotiated between Navajo leaders and the federal government, allowing the surviving Navajos to return to a reservation on a portion of their former homeland.
Let me pause you for a minute.
Yeah.
So, are you going over the history of how the Navajos got to America? Because this leads to where Skinwalkers come from?
Basically, yes.
So they're Skinwalkers. So, I don't want to, I guess, get ahead of myself, but so the Skinwalkers never existed in their original area, not till they got to America?
Well, so No, not necessarily. I mean, it didn't, and it really wasn't even a thing until the 1900s.
Oh, okay.
And this is where like it started, like the black magic and medicine men and
Okay.
stuff like that. So
Got
now, saying that, like I'll fast forward to the 1900s, and in 1913, an Indian agent ordered a Navajo and his three wives.
So it's 3 hoes for the Navajo?
To come in and then arrested them for having plural marriage. A small group of Navajos used force to free the women and retreated to beautiful mountains with 30 or 40 sympathizers. So, like I said, I have a ton of research on like the Navajos and stuff like that, but
So this is another question. It might not make any sense, but is this walk that they were doing, is it similar to, was it the Apaches or Cherokees that had the Trail of Tears? Did you ever hear of that?
I have not.
Okay. But I think that was something else. I think that was just they made a long trek and a lot of them died. That's why it's called the trail. It wasn't nothing haunted or nothing like that.
Well, were they just walking that like on their own free will, or were they like forced out of their homes?
Don't know. I've just heard it before. That's why I said if you've ever heard of it or not. So
The Trail of Tears had something to do, had something to do with Martin Luther King.
no, here it goes. The Trail of Tears was the forced displacement of approximately 60,000 people of the 5 civilized tribes between 1830 and 1850, and the additional thousands of Native Americans within that were ethnically cleansed by the United States government. That's a quick rundown. So
Yeah.
holy shit. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
And it happened in the southeastern United States.
So, let's see, where was I at? Okay. In the American Southwest, the Navajo, Hopi, Utes, and other tribes each have their own version of the Skinwalker, but each boils down to the same thing: a malevolent witch capable of transforming itself into a wolf, coyote, bear, bird, or any other animal. When the transformation is complete, the human witch inherits the speed, strength, or cunning of the animal whose shape it's taken. Also, when it becomes full form into this animal, they still have the same smarts that they did before they transformed.
Oh, okay.
So they have that human brain still, but they're fucking wolves and shit like that. Skinwalkers are purely evil in intent. The general view is that skinwalkers do all sorts of terrible things. They do make people sick. They commit murders and stuff like that. Now, I actually have a book that I wanted to read. Obviously, I wasn't going to have time to read it before doing this episode, but if you encounter, which I don't know how much of the Navajo tribe that you would encounter these days, but they say even if you mention skinwalkers to them, they get very like distant and they refuse to talk about it because they don't want to give the skinwalkers life or power to
if anyone caught my earlier calling them flesh pedestrians, Morbid has gone over before too, where they're very superstitious. Or even saying the term skinwalkers, some people, it's what do they call it, a trigger warning.
Yeah.
Even the word skinwalkers is bad for them, so that's why they call them flesh pedestrians, so you don't actually say it.
Right.
So yeah, you're right. If you come across a Navajo anywhere, you don't even approach that subject at all.
Right, exactly. And it's weird because they said that skinwalkers can actually mimic voices of people you love. Ooh. To lure you into their, I guess, grasp or
it's like the Black-Eyed Kids almost, but like
similar, yeah. And they also can be male or female. So they say to become a skinwalker, you have to do like a sacrifice, which means you from what I read, you have to like kill a sibling.
A sibling?
Yeah.
Well, I got 2 to choose from.
I got 4. 3.
You have
No,
4.
4. Yeah.
4 sisters.
That's nuts. Why me?
Got a sibling, huh?
Yeah.
So I zoned out for a second. Is it? Do they want to become skinwalkers, or you said they were bad witches? It was evil men.
Yeah,
correct?
it was bad witches, like kind of like medicine men that kind of practiced more black magic than anything.
But they were still revered. I thought most of the medicine men.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. But if you're going to kill a sibling to become a skinwalker, you're a bad person then.
Right.
It's not just sacrifice an animal; it's kill a fucking sibling. So, how many people actually wanted to be a skinwalker? That's weird. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I need the.
So
Any Navajo natives out there, or
yeah.
I don't know the right way to phrase it without. I don't want to say Navajo.
offending.
Yeah, Navajo. Any Navajo descendants? There we go. That's the right word I'm looking for. Reach out to us.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, right?
That'd be like we won't have to. We don't have to say the word. We don't have to talk about it in general. But I don't know, not just a Wikipedia history, like someone who's lived it. Like,
Right.
was it considered good to be one back in the day? Like, did it start off as something promising and it turned evil, or was it like the bad people wanted to be a skinwalker, so they were bad from the very beginning? Like I wonder now, you know.
So in the book that I have, there's stories of this guy. He wanted to learn. What the hell was the author's name?
M. Night Shyamalan.
He wanted to learn. He wanted to learn a lot about the skinwalkers and it.
Mm-hmm.
So he was trying to interview the Navajos, the Navajo tribe. His name was Clyde Cluckhon, like Clyde K, whatever. His book is called Navajo Witchcraft, and you can go on any Google and fucking Google it and just make sure you type in Navajo Witchcraft PDF and do a little digging, and you'll find it for free.
Oh, cool.
That's what I did. Either that, or you go on Amazon and you're paying $64 for the book.
$64
Yeah.
for it? Holy shit!
So, in the book, there's multiple stories of him like giving these Navajo tribes rides places, and he's was like kind of like hinting at it and not like full on asking questions, but in every one of his stories, they all said pretty much the same thing. Like they turned into a werewolf or bear or stuff like that, and they ended up completely demolishing one of their small towns. And it's not to be mistaken with the Utah Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, what is that?
It's similar in theory. So Skinwalker Ranch. Hold on.
Because, so like I said, what's interesting to me is anytime I've ever heard the term skinwalker, I always think it's just like they're a person and they look like another person, but it's just like basically a skin covering walking around without anything inside.
Kind of like a Leatherface type deal.
So for you to say that they like transform into animals is a whole different thing to me.
Well, I've heard they can transform into humans too.
Yeah, they can actually transform into other humans, which is weird because they like I said, they were able to mimic a loved one's voice,
Right.
to lure you in and stuff like that. But Skinwalker Ranch is a property of 512 acres in Utah that is supposed to be a site of like paranormal and UFO related activities.
Skywalker
Not
Ranch.
Skywalker. Oh. So, and the name is actually taken from the Skinwalker of Navajo legend concerning vengeful shamans.
Oh, that's a good way. Vengeful shaman. So that right there makes you think they're bad, evil men, not just regular medicine men. Vengeful shaman.
So I guess it would be like a shape-shifting entity.
Mm-hmm. That's what it sounds like. But again, like I said, when I picture again a skinwalker, just because of the name Skinwalker, I said I'm picturing basically like it looks like Logan, acts like Logan, almost like what's it called? That movie too, where they did not the third guy. Anyways, but I'm just picturing it looks like Logan, acts like Logan, talks like Logan, but it's not Logan. It's an evil thing. It's like it's not him. So that's why I picture a Skinwalker is just like a duplicate, but more evil. That's someone trying to trick you to take you over too.
Right.
I said I never pictured them as being able to do animal things.
Well, have you guys ever heard of Uncanny Valley?
No.
Uncanny Valley is a term used when it basically means like something that messes with the human brain, and it's when somebody looks like a person, but they don't look like a person. Like,
Oh, I get what you're saying. Like,
they have the facial structure, but something about them isn't right.
and that makes sense because that's what people say. Like, oh my god, that fucking. Oh yeah, I look like this. Yeah, that you uncanny.
Uncanny, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so they started doing this thing where they call it Uncanny Valley, and it started with these two guys that created a TikTok, and they put like this makeup on their face to make them look really like unsettling. And it's like they look like humans, but they look like they were like they almost like they had plastic surgery like 8 times.
Kind of like that movie. What's
It-
that movie by Key Peele where they have the fucking doppelgangers?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Um,
But they're all evil and shit.
that Logan, I just TikToked Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, that stuff. I was literally just about to do that.
That's creepy.
Their faces look like humans, but they don't at the same time. It's weird.
Ooh. So I think the movie I was thinking of was like Invasion of the Body Snatchers,
Okay.
where it's like aliens come in and like there's a lot of movies besides that one. There's one of the original ones though. Like they come in and they another good one is that kind of does that. The Faculty, that movie back in the day with Josh Hartnett and
Yep.
where it looks like them but it's not really them. They got taken over by there's aliens on the inside. So, ooh.
Yeah. Fuck that noise.
That's it. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's what like people pictured as human skinwalkers is people that look like that. And then there's been stories about skinwalkers roaming the woods yelling help, and you're not supposed to yell back because that tells them where you're at. And they will. There was I want to say it was a fake video, but there was a video of a guy in the middle of the woods yelling help, and his mouth opens up really wide, and they accidentally made a noise, and he looks to his left and starts running, and he's running fast. It was and that's what skinwalkers are supposed to be in human form.
That's crazy.
It's a creepy video. I might be able to find it.
Creep-tastic. Yeah, so like I said, I searched Uncanny Valley on TikTok, and half these videos come up with a warning that's unsafe. And do you want to watch this video anyways?
That's hilarious.
Sensitive content. It keeps coming up as.
So there's I didn't really do descriptions. The descriptions are usually the same: a four-legged beast with a disturbingly human, albeit marred face, and orange or red glowing eyes. And they say that they're super fast and make hellish noises. I wonder if I can find a video or a
Here.
sound of.
Here, look it. I think this is one.
What are they called, Logan?
Skinwalker?
Oh no, because I found one that says the Goddess Boys, and that's two guys that are doing like this Uncanny Valley shite.
What the fuck?
But no, there's one video. I'll have to find it really quick because he was standing in a field, and this is what they're supposed to be pictured as: is they try to lure people in. They're not hunting people; they're luring things in, and for whatever reason, they know our language, and they're yelling help.
Well, because any hunter learns what it's looking for, learns how to lure them in. So that's if it's going to learn your language.
So I'm guessing they learn that
Like people
help
that go
is a cry.
bird shooting. They learn how to do the bird calls and.
Yeah, but bird calls are for mating. Why aren't they yelling out like
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd get everybody to yell. Oh yeah, can I go? Oh yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of like my short story on Skinwalkers. That should have been longer, but I didn't do.
Man, I can't find this.
I had more research on the Navajo tribe than I did on actual Skinwalkers.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, here. I found one of them yelling help.
You turn around and you never get to see what's on the other side. That's where all the gold is waiting over there.
Fuck, is that a fucking cat? Hey, don't fuck.
Oh shit.
Could be missing out what's on the other side.
Bro, I'd be on my dirt bike and gone.
Yeah, see, you're not supposed to call out. He called out, and the yelling stopped. And he's out of there.
Nope.
That's just like I said, the black-eyed kids almost, you know?
Yeah. This is what I was talking about. Kind of remind me of that.
There's a stray cat outside. I wouldn't start
No, I've seen that video. Ma! He's got so many videos, too. Ma, there's a moose there's two moose fighting in the front yard.
Fucking Michael Rappaport. He's fucking hilarious.
So funny.
What?
That's creepy shit, man.
Oh. So yeah, if you hear anything calling out to you, man, don't say anything back.
Dude, I gotta find this video.
Yeah, creepy is like, was it Carissa or even Jamie? Because Jesse was it Christmas time? We were telling creepy stories. Creeped Jamie out, and Carissa like, I can't hear that stuff. Like and on Autumn too. They say the black-eyed kids creeped her out. So yeah, these Skinwalkers is creepy shit, man.
So I don't know if you've seen videos of these deer. They call them zombie deers. Zombie deer.
I heard about it, but I don't think I've seen it.
So it's actually a disease that these deer get, and they're basically like brain dead, but still alive. A lot of people say that they're skinwalkers.
Skinwalker deer.
And they look... well, I've seen videos, and they look fucked up. Like, their face is all bloody. Like, half of their fucking head is missing, and they're still just walking around and shit. But a lot of them, like, you'll see, like... I don't know if you ever see videos of the death march of the ants. Mm-hmm. They go in a big circle.
Yeah, yeah.
So, they do that because they're going to die.
Oh, really?
So, they say that these deer that have this disease, they do the same thing. They walk in circles and shit like that.
Huh. Yeah, I'm creeped out a little bit right now. These things like this are the ones that creep me out. You know, like the serial killers and shit like that. Whatever. But stuff like this, like the some of the paranormal ghosty and skinwalkers and black-eyed kids shit is creepy shit. You know. Logan's still looking for a video.
Yeah, dude. There's one video that is like, it just seems really real. Because they're in a car, and they get the attention of this skinwalker, and he's like just walking in through a random field, and they pull up and they pull the camera up and yell to him, and he just stops and looks over and just starts running in their direction.
Fuck that.
Like there's one that's like close to it, but I'm pretty sure this one was definitely fake. I think it was just a couple of friends, but that stuff's always been creeping me out.
I mean, like, shit like that. Like, I love shit like that. I mean, it creeps me out, but at the same time, like, I'm so fascinated by, like, the paranormal and shit like that. But, yeah. I mean, I'm not necessarily creeped out, but...
There's a lot of stuff going on with ghosts lately. A couple people have gotten famous on TikTok because of it. There's one guy that's got a ghost in his house, and it is actually making me start to believe in ghosts a lot more because poltergeists, I should say, because there's different classifications. For
Yeah, I don't fuck with poltergeist, demons, and shit like that. Like
Yeah.
ghosts,
No,
fine.
He's got a poltergeist in his house that physically moves furniture, and it's not like tied to a string because there's no way this guy could move that many items all at once. It's taking a full like dining table and multiple chairs and throwing them across the room. Like they're just sliding across the entire room, and then it's opening and closing the blinds. And you have to like twist
you have to twist that
you have to
shit.
twist that. And so it opens and closes the blinds. There was one time it moved the couch he was sitting on. And he was like, "All right, I don't like that. I'm out." And he left his apartment that night.
He's Matilda. He's got telekinetic powers.
I
Fuck
guess
that.
so. Yeah, but there's a lot that are typically it's noises. It's really loud banging sounds, like somebody's like opening and closing a door really, really hard, and it happens in a very fast manner. It's really rapid, and they go to the closet that the sound's coming from, and they open the door. It stops, but there's nothing there.
I mean, yeah, no. Nah, I don't fuck with shit like that. I mean, I've gone ghost hunting multiple times and shit like that, but I won't touch a Ouija board. What was that other thing too, where you put the 2 pencils in a cross and you have like no yes and shit like that, and you ask.
That's
I can't remember
something
the name.
Charlie.
Yeah, something. Like, fuck.
Really?
I don't fuck
Yeah.
with that. Nope.
No, I want to go to the Conjuring house. The Conjuring house.
You have fun.
Yeah.
So, I told my dad to do this. Look up these content creators called Sam and Kobe. They went to the Conjuring house, and it was really, really weird. They didn't just prove that you can contact the other side, but they did it no way anybody else could have in every aspect. So first it started out with the people that run the place. They told them to talk to their dead relative, and one of them was his grandma or something, and he was asking them questions, and then these people started having the ghost, because they would have them knock on the floor, and they would put their foot on the ground and they'd knock for them, and then the ghost would knock back. Or no, I got that wrong. They're saying the ABCs. So the people that are running the place are saying the ABCs. They go through the whole alphabet, and the ghost will knock on the floor when they want them to stop on a letter.
So it's kind of like a verbal Ouija board.
It's like a verbal Ouija board. And so once the ghost knocks, that's the first letter of the word. And then they'll go to the second letter and they'll restart the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, and then they'll knock again, and then they'll stop, and they'll eventually get to a word or a full sentence. They'll get to a whole sentence, and they'll just start guessing on what the sentence is so they don't take forever. And they'll tell them, the ghost, to knock twice if it's right. And
If I was the ghost, I'd be an asshole. I'd be like, go suck a dick.
no, these ghosts started telling them to tell the content creators to say hi to some random person or something, because they haven't seen them since they died.
Oh, wow.
And the content creators actually got really emotional, because there were people that were reaching out to them that they had basically forgotten. And hearing them from the other side made them flip out. They were one of them, I think it was Kobe, he was bawling his eyes out. But the issue with the Conjuring house is the basement. They say that there's tricksters down there. Those are the ones that like to play pranks on you and make you scared.
Yeah.
The floor, the living room is okay. The upstairs is a little weird. There's a small girl or boy, and you can see its shadow every once in a while run back and forth, or you'll hear little footsteps running, and it's creepy, but that happens. And I guess there were soldiers buried outside the Conjuring house, and they still walk the place, and I guess they're protectors of it because outside in the woods is where all of the demons are, and they told them not to go into the woods at night, and they camped out overnight in the woods. Yeah.
Fuck that. Oh, it's in Rhode Island.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they did so, like, because they didn't just do it in the Conjuring house though. These two people that run this place, they have to hold hands like this, like they're connected, and nothing breaking the hands, nothing in the middle. And when they do that, that's when you hear the knocking. Other than that, you wouldn't be able to hear the knocking. And
That's interesting.
everyone was like, oh, there's something in the floorboards. Oh, there's this. Oh, there's that. They took them to a random spot, like a random park, and they found some random person that died near there or is connected to that place somehow. And they got the whole story of why they're connected to that place. They looked it up afterwards. It was the same exact person that they said it was.
Holy shit.
And it'll tell you exactly when they died, and they'll bring up the, like, before they look it up, they'll tell you the year that they died and why they're connected to that park.
So there's some. These are the content creators you said.
Yeah.
So they're some kind of like mediums then, right? Like
The content,
able to.
the content creators went to the Conjuring house to go investigate it and be like, because they're ghost hunters. The people that run the Conjuring house are the mediums.
Okay.
They've been doing this for quite a few years now. But yeah, it was very, very interesting. I didn't like these content creators. I was never a fan of them. I didn't like watching them because it was just like they did vlogs and shit. I was like, that's not my thing. But when this came out, they took like, I think they finished this and took almost a whole year before releasing the video.
Oh wow.
Because they were like, they wanted to release it all in one part. But, well, not one part. They did 3 parts or something like that. But they wanted to release it all at once. And they wanted to take some time to themselves because it was apparently very emotional. And it kind of changed their way of thinking forever. Because before it was like, oh, you die and go to heaven. Now they're thinking, what is after this? They're like, if we're,
what kind of afterlife are you in?
Yeah, like they were basically proven that the afterlife is real in so many aspects. They made the mediums take off their shoes. They made them take everything that could possibly make a knocking noise off. They had, like, obviously they didn't have them stripped down to their underwear and bra, but they had them make sure that they had no technology on them, no nothing. And even brought them to a random location, and they were still getting the knocking sounds. It was so unbelievably weird, but yeah, no, it changed their whole perspective, and it changed mine too. I was like, I don't know what's after this. It's weird.
That's interesting. Yeah, hell yeah.
Dun, dun,
Shit.
dun.
Yeah, so I highly suggest looking that video up. It kind of messes with your head like a lot.
Well, what was it called again?
Sam and Kobe. Just look up Sam and Kobe, Conjuring House. I'm sure a lot of other creators have gone there and done things like this, but Sam and Kobe by far had the best video on it.
Oh shit! Popped up instantly.
Yeah, it's very, very big right now. Well, was like probably a couple months ago.
Shit! How many parts are there? Shit.
I thought there were only like 3 or 4.
4 parts, but they're all about an hour and a half long.
Yeah, no, watch the first part only.
Okay.
You don't need anything else after that. All the other stuff is kind of like going over everything that they did. And
okay.
parts were like the woods and stuff like that. Nothing really happened in the woods. They did go look for a witch that was buried and, stoned to death and buried back in the day. And they were told that I think she like scratches people, but she also follows them home, and that's what they were worried about. So they didn't want her following them home, so they left early.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Yeah.
On a lighter note.
Later note.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna look into that and then I'll message you or something.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, it's no like poltergeist or anything like that, but it is really cool to think that like there could be something after this.
Yeah.
Like there could be life after this. Like you could be roaming the earth.
But I was gonna say, but at the same time, like you think about it, could it be like like trapped in purgatory?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what like I wish they would have asked that question. Like, cause I mean, even if you're in purgatory, like you wouldn't know.
Right.
Like you don't know that there's anything else other than purgatory. Like it's just like here. We
Yeah.
don't know what's afterwards.
I mean,
So it's like
we are living in purgatory.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is basically purgatory.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's what I'm like thinking is like, did they not go to heaven? Did they like not do enough bad to go to hell? Did
Right.
they like what is this place? Or does everybody just die and live out their life on Earth?
Yeah, they
first?
roam the earth and
Yeah.
as ghosts.
Listen, all I gotta say is when I die, I'm haunting some motherfuckers. I better be able to haunt someone. I don't want this stupid shit where I don't get to haunt someone.
I'll be chilling one day. Dan's dead. Just chilling, watching TV. Changes the channel on my ass. I'm like, really, Dan? Like, you can stop now, bro. Then you just hear dun dun dun.
No, so you know the guy that I was talking about, the one that had the like poltergeist going on.
Yeah.
He named it. He told him. He just yells like him to stop doing it. Like he's like, "Quit it!" He's like, "I'm trying to watch TV."
Hey,
He's like
Charlie.
flickering the blinds.
Oh, Charlie bit my finger. That really hurt, Charlie.
That was a good episode. I mean, I know I didn't do that much on mine, but
We had controlled random talking. It was still about the same shit.
yeah. It all tied in.
I brought the whole Conjuring House into it, and yeah, I can't. Have you guys ever talked about the Conjuring House or anything?
No.
Oh,
No, because I mean, honestly, I never really realized that it was actually like based on a true story and shit like that.
Oh,
Or true events, whatever.
They
The Warrens, is that their name, right?
Yeah, they get the most. If you were to try to schedule a meetup at the Conjuring House right now, you probably wouldn't get in for another like year.
Fuck, I'm gonna book it right now. Watch this shit.
We're taking a podcast equipment,
Yeah.
Rhode Island.
That
How long
was-
is that drive? Like 15 hours?
14 hours.
I don't even know how much the cost is for going to the Conjuring House.
Don't worry about it. You'll be in the Army. We'll go without you.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be in the Army. I'll see it before you guys.
Probably will.
Says you.
I'm gonna get stationed in
Website.
New York. Actually, that was one of my options. I could have gone to
The
New York.
Perone family estate from the Ed and Lorraine Warren case. Files that launched the Conjuring case. Book now. 1677 Round Top Road, Burrillville.
1677.
Yep. Which
Oh.
caution, enter at your own risk. Dun dun dun. House tours, investigations, gallery events, GH gamping, private events.
Glamping.
No, it's GH gamping.
Glamping.
Ooh, Bugatti.
John Gotti?
Let's see. House tours. So you said book it for like a tour or investigations?
I'm pretty sure it's a tour.
Use a button to jump down. Overnight investigations. Let's see. Rates. Sunday through Thursday, it's $960 a night for up to 6 people. Friday and Saturday, it's $1,280 for a night for up to 8 people. $160 a person for additional guests. So $1,280 divided by 8, there's 1 in the 48. So it's about $160 a person, yeah. Maximum guests 12. Duration 13 hours. Itinerary. You check in at 7 p.m. Guided tour of the house at 7:15. You are on your own for the evening from 7:45. 8 a.m. Time to go home. There is no formal checkout.
Oh yeah, that's what Sam and Kobe.
No formal checkout.
They stayed there overnight by themselves, and that's when they had a dare going on. One of them dared the other one to go stay the night in the woods by themselves.
Nope.
Yeah.
It says what to bring: ghost hunting equipment, a friendly attitude, sleeping bag or blankets, and a camera to take photos. You can also bring snacks and non-alcoholic drinks. Please note, this is a historical colonial home set on a property with varied terrain. Wear appropriate shoes. You are allowed to explore the property, but be aware that floors can be uneven and there are steep staircases. Please dress comfortably, whatever. Bring layers and don't forget some water.
Does it say anywhere in there if the mediums would be there?
Rules. You will be expected to read, understand, and agree to all the rules. No. If you have any questions, please review our blah, blah, blah. No refunds within 30 days of the booked event. So let me book now. Let's see what's available. Nothing in May. Oh, June. Oh, wait, there is something in May. May 28th is available. There's a lot of days in June. Mondays and Tuesdays. July. Oh, there's a Sunday the 7th and the 14th, and then Mondays and Tuesdays. August, there's a Saturday the 31st, August 31st. We can do that. Oh, yeah. $1,280. Let's get some people to go do it. Yeah.
If you wait till January, I'll go.
January?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure January is when I get out of AIT and basic. Actually, I'd be safe with it and do February.
January is 25th. 20 it says they're not into 2025 yet. Dun,
Okay.
dun, dun. So, let's go to the Conjuring House. That's investigations. Yeah, okay. So, yes, so cool. Anywho, does that conclude our investigation tonight, Lupe?
That does.
Yeah.
On a
I was ready to throw another shrimp on the bobby, though.
oh Lord, that's why we don't have any Australian listeners anymore.
Yeah, I can't believe they left us.
I can.
I can't. I do nothing but talk great about Australians. Even my Siri has an Australian accent 'cause I love the Australian accent so much.
Yeah, I heard the women out there are hot.
Well, Rhea Ripley's pretty hot.
Rhea Ripley's pretty hot.
Who's that?
Yep.
Oops. Okay. Anyway, speaking of Rhea Ripley,
Let's say WWE WrestleMania predictions.
predictions.
Predictions. Do you have the matches?
Don sent
His predictions.
his predictions, and we will go over that first.
Yeah. He
So.
doesn't have who's versus who. He just has his winners, and that's it.
Oh yeah, that's stupid.
So I have his winners if you want to pull up the matches.
So I have the matches.
Okay.
Night 1,
Mm-hmm.
Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio.
And Donnie says Santos and Dom are winning.
I think Mysterio and Dragon Lee are going to win that one.
I agree with you on that one. I think Rey Mysterio is going to win that one.
Yeah.
With Dragon Lee.
Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control.
They're going to destroy
They're going
Damage
to
Control.
destroy Damage Control.
Donnie put that they're going to win too. I mean, that's the new Black Girl Magic team.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, fucking Jade and Bianca alone could destroy, I think, anyone. That's why I'm a little upset Jade's on Friday Night SmackDown, because I really wanted to see her on Monday Night Raw, what she could do against Rhea and Becky and like the top performers. But from what I've heard, she's not all the way trained.
That's what I'm saying. They're not gonna push her that early.
Right, but I think the way she's built and how strong she looks,
Yeah.
fuck. Jay versus Jimmy Uso.
Oh yeah, Jay versus Jimmy.
I think Jay's gonna win. Yeet's gonna yeet all over the place.
Yeet's gonna win.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Donnie says Jay Uso also.
yeah. The 6-pack tag team ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships.
Well, kind of. They're gonna be hung in two different separate areas.
Right, and that's what I was getting to. I believe they're going to split the belts.
So do I.
I think Awesome Truth are going to win one set, and Tommaso Ciampa and
DIY.
Yeah, DIY are
So
going to
you're
win the other
agreeing with
set.
Donnie. Donnie says Awesome Truth's winning it all, or it's Awesome Truth and DIY. I think. I don't know. I mean, everyone loves Awesome Truth, but I can't see them pushing that one. DIY is getting a huge push right now too.
Yeah. I feel like they're going to push Awesome Truth. Even if they win the whole thing, I feel like they're going to do that because this is going to be R-Truth's last run.
Yeah, and Miz has got to be getting close to his end too.
Yeah, he's
think.
pretty close.
So yeah, I think Awesome Truth is going to win one, and I think Judgment Day is going to hold on to another one still. I think they're going to hold on to one of them. Then Gunther versus Sami Zayn.
So, what did Don say?
He says Gunther.
Okay, and what do you say?
I think Gunther is getting old. His title reign is getting old. But the way they're pushing Sammy right now, I didn't see him as being the one dethroning him. So I don't know. I want to say I think Gunther's going to win only because hearing all these stories, I think they're going to, I don't know if Punk's going to come back and go for the Intercontinental or for the championship, or rumors have it that this will tie into a later pick. I don't believe it, but some people are saying they think Seth Rollins is going to lose his belt and then he's going to go after the Intercontinental belt, but I don't know what to think. So this one I really don't know. I don't have a pick, but I'm going to say Gunther.
So here's my thought. This is the classic Rocky IV
Yeah.
storyline.
Well, did they even the fucking montage they did on Monday Night Raw
Right.
was literally Rocky,
Right.
him versus Drago. Even Jamie goes, "This is Rocky versus Drago."
So I think what's going to happen is Chad Gable's going to be in Sami Zayn's corner,
It could be Mickey's gonna get killed.
and he's going to throw in the towel.
Ooh,
He's going to say, stop the match, throw in the towel on Sami Zayn, and then Sami Zayn's going to be all butthurt about it.
him versus
And it's going to be him versus Chad Gable later down the line.
Uh-huh.
And then Chad Gable's going to win to push his run for the Intercontinental Championship,
Yeah.
and he's going to dethrone Gunther.
I never thought about the throwing in the towel thing.
So that's my thought.
I like your idea. Ooh, I like that a lot.
And I can't take full 100%
Credit for that.
credit for that. I listened to Salamonster,
Uh-huh.
and he pretty much said the same thing.
Because I said literally during that montage on Monday night, me and Jamie are like, I'm like, this is exactly like Rocco. You gotta have it. You gotta have your in yourself. You don't have enough heart,
Yeah.
and that's how Rocky was. He was all depressed because Apollo Creed had died, and he was
Right.
just half training. And if you don't train harder, when you're gonna just die out there yourself.
Uh-huh.
And that was exactly what was going on in there. So now you the whole throwing. Ooh, yeah, that's interesting. Rhea
Becky
versus
Lynch.
Becky.
I think Rhea's title run has been very underwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Cargill, in,
Mm-hmm.
I think Rhea's going to retain her title,
Mm-hmm.
and there's going to be a later storyline with them too.
So yeah, Donnie has Rhea winning. I can't see Rhea losing either, and she hasn't. There's been no one there to really challenge her. And Becky, to me, again, because I haven't watched it in so long. I mean, I've been watching for 2 years straight now, but because I went all those years without watching it, I'm not on the Becky hype train. So I'm not a big fan of hers. But I don't see anyone really at Rhea's caliber now.
There isn't.
Right.
There isn't anybody.
And that's
at
why I
Rhea's
wanted to
caliber.
see Jade come over, but if Jade's still learning, or I would have liked to see Bianca come over. Like, Bianca and Rhea, me and Jamie keep saying, God, a match between Rhea and Bianca would be fucking crazy.
It would be. The only thing is, I can't see Bianca winning the belt again. Not anytime soon, anyway.
So, anyways, long story short, I'm going with Rhea.
Okay. And then
Roman versus Cody and Seth. Brock and Roman are winning that.
absolutely.
There's no doubt, because otherwise they just take away the whole fucking bloodline rules for
So
second night.
let's go a little further, because I think we're all in agreement. I think Don said the same thing.
Yeah, he said Rock and Roman.
Who's gonna pin who? I think The Rock has to pin Cody.
I was going to say, I think. So, I don't think Cody or Roman's going to pin each other, because that just. Oh, then again, it could set up more drama for night two.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be Rock pinning Cody. Yeah, I think it's Rock pinning Cody, or Roman pinning Seth and being like, "See, I told you you're number 2. You can't even." You know what I mean?
Oh, that's good too. Yeah.
You're the second fucking best champion out there. I'm better than you. I just pinned you in this so. But yeah, I do think it's going to be Rock and Roman. There's no doubt in my mind. Like, I would willing to bet my fucking house that it's going to be
Damn.
Rock and Roman, because that just it takes away the whole bloodline storyline for the second night. So it's just a matter of how is it going to happen.
Right. But yeah, like I said, I think The Rock has to pin Cody, because I feel like there's going to be a storyline later down the line where it's going to be Rock and Cody.
Setting them up, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so night 2.
Night 2. I don't know if Don has the Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus Final Testament.
Yeah, he's got Final Testament winning it.
Okay.
I think Lashley and the Street Profits are going to win it.
I want to.
I literally don't care about that match at all.
Yeah,
Honestly.
and it might not actually be aired on during the
Really?
the actual main cards or
Okay.
the main card. It might be a pre-show match.
Notice how quiet Logan got. He doesn't watch wrestling. He's gonna watch the next 2 nights with us, though.
But I think Bobby Lashley and Street Profits are going to win that one too.
Me too. And Donnie says Final Testament, though.
LA Knight versus AJ Styles.
Oh, so I thought there's no chance in hell of AJ Styles winning this because of all. Like, I thought fucking LA Knight's going to be going for one of the main championships on one of the 2 nights until, all this shit's gone down. So I think LA Knight's going to win it. But with the last few weeks of LA Knight just whooping AJ Styles' ass on Friday nights, something tells me they're setting it up for, look at, he's got no chance against LA Knight, so AJ's going to win, but my heart's telling me LA Knight. And the girls love LA Knight too.
I'm going to go with LA Knight too.
And Donnie has LA Knight.
Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens.
I'm going Randy Orton.
I'm going Randy Orton as well.
Donnie has Logan Paul.
Randy Orton from the top ropes.
Here's my thing about this match. Logan Paul is a part-timer, just like Roman Reigns, just like Rhea Ripley. Like they're
But she's a part-timer by not defending, but she's there every week.
Right.
Again, I just don't think they have enough talent to go against her. It's just the storyline's getting old of the smaller girls. Oh, it's a 10-minute match, and it's just her beating them up.
Yeah.
What's her name? Rock's cousin. Why is her
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax. That's been played out too, and it's just, I think they're running out of storylines for her. So that's why, air quote, she's a part-time champion because she doesn't defend, but she's still there every week. So they need someone to go against her. But Logan Paul, though, he's talented. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I like watching him, and he's got skills, and he brings the fans.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why I can't, I see them not wanting him to lose the belt, but at the same time, I want to see that belt defended like crazy too, and I'm there a lot of times. So who is Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and KO? I don't think they're trying to push KO anymore right now, and maybe this might be Randy Orton's swan song. Like, let him win it, fight a few matches. Maybe he's got a couple more years left in him, then he's done. But at the same time, maybe Randy Orton, since he's matured, this is him pushing Logan Paul even more over by Logan Paul winning.
And Randy said in an interview or something that he wants to go another 10 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he would be 50, I think 4 when he would retire.
So,
which is pretty prime for a lot of the recent retirees. Like Undertaker was almost 60.
Yeah. So I'm going to stick with Randy Orton, but I don't have a good feel for that one. I don't know what to think.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Randy Orton.
And so Donnie goes with Logan Paul.
Okay, Io Sky versus Bayley. This is hands down got to be Bayley.
That's what you and Donnie both keep saying. And again, I missed Bayley's whole career, so I don't know shit about her. I've just the last few weeks I've seen her in the Damage Control and all that shit going on. I like Io Sky. I love her talent, but from what I've heard from everybody, like, it seems like it's a done deal. Like, this match, just fast forward to the end. Okay, there's Bayley. She won. Big deal. So I'm going to go with Bayley just because of that. I don't know much shit else about it.
Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre for the World
Donnie says
Heavyweight
Drew.
Championship.
Donnie says Drew. And from what I've heard, and I've read a few places,
Before you say anything, I'm going to go with Seth Rollins. But
cash in.
So, and he's going to lose the belt. Because I think they want to push, what the hell's his
Damian
name?
Priest?
Yeah, I think they want to push him, which I think they're starting to get a little bit more storyline with the animosity with Damian Priest and Judgment Day.
So here's my thing. This guy's back. I kind of forgot. The Santos and Dom story.
Yeah. Andrade.
I think I see Judgment Day breaking up. And Dom going with the League of Phantasmos or whatever.
Yep.
Because it's just the way he's been talking and hanging out with them. And I read a few behind the ring shit, whatever it's called, where they don't think this one couple of websites don't think Davian's going to succeed in his cash in because they said as much as WWE might be trying to push him, they don't see him having traction with the fans. They said they don't think they can see him carrying it. Like, yeah, we're trying to push him, but he's not going anywhere. So to get back to the original Seth versus Drew match, Seth's one of my favorite guys in the whole of WWE. I love him to pieces. Jamie, that's like her crush right now. I don't want to see Seth lose. I see this going two ways. Seth loses, Damian tries to cash in and gets shut down somehow, or I see Drew winning, and then kind of because the WWE loves fucking guys over and Drew complains about he won it when there was no fans, I see him, maybe Drew winning it, but then Damian cashes in and does win, because then all of a sudden Drew had the championship but didn't really have it for more than 10 minutes.
Right.
And that's just would fuck him over more and send him further down that heel line and I'm going to hate everybody type shit. But I've read so much shit. This match, I don't want to say scared, but it's scared because I love Drew. I love Seth so much. I don't want to see him lose his belt. And this one scares me because I see a lot of air quote experts and people who read wrestling and blah, blah, blah point at going to Drew. And I don't want to see Seth lose.
I wonder how much CM Punk's going to be an issue in this match.
See, and there's
he's
the
just
next
going to be an announcer, but he did say in his last interview on a podcast or something like that
medically cleared, right, or something.
He's not medically cleared, but he feels good. He's just listening to what the doctors are telling him.
Right. So I forgot about the CM Punk angle. So that's another thing too. Like, I've read so many theories that another one is Seth wins so that it sets up the Drew and CM Punk fighting later, or Drew wins so that it sets up the Drew and CM Punk fight later for CM Punk to get the title. But I don't know. I don't, because I keep forgetting about the CM Punk and the sidelines thing. And then Damian Priest, is he going to cash in? I mean, here's a total crazy fucking idea. I don't think it'll happen. But what if they totally throw a wrench in it? And the final match, Cody and Roman, whoever wins, can Damian cash in on that one?
That too.
Fuck the Seth Rollins one. What if he all of a sudden goes for the other belt? Like, I've never thought about that till all of a sudden right now. That'd be weird as hell, you know?
Yeah.
So, final answer, Seth. And final answer, a possible Money in the Bank cash in.
So now the main event, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, so since we all agree that it's going to be Bloodline rules, it sets up for Cody to finish his story in the most adverse possible way. He's got to fight the whole Bloodline to get through Roman Reigns. So I think Cody's going to finish the story. But again, I love falling back on the WWE loves just fucking making the fans pissed off. And everyone's tired of fucking Roman having this fucking belt because he doesn't do nothing and blah, blah, blah. But I think Cody finishes his story. But my thing that I've said for 4 weeks now, I think we're going to hear the shattering glass. I think we're going to
So I just seen well, I'll tell you after. Well, I mean, I guess I could tell you now because they're not going to hear it. Nobody's going to hear this. So there was a little spoiler at the
SmackDown?
Not the SmackDown, but the
Hall of Fame
Hall of Fame ceremony.
Oh, really?
The glass shattered.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Like how? Like
he came out in his four-wheeler.
For what?
I don't know.
Was he announcing someone?
I think he was announcing somebody. But I just seen like a quick and I turned it off really quick.
See, so that ruins it that they announced him being there already.
So here's my thing with this match. Cody, I'm in 100% agreement with you and Don.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes gonna finish his story. He's gonna fight his ass off.
Yeah.
I think going back 3 weeks ago, when they were in Chicago on Monday night, when The Rock beat the fuck out of Cody.
That trailer with Cena.
With Cena and Austin. Was it foreshadowing?
Right. See, everyone keeps saying that usually the trailer has everyone, the whole WrestleMania card, but for some reason that night it was a trailer with just Cena. And so, again, part of the Stone Cold thing is go back even longer than 3 weeks ago, 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. One night, Rock said something about, there's nobody in this back room that can beat me, or no one that's here can beat me. Flashback to the last time he lost to a superstar was Stone Cold. So now that you told me that the glass shattered at the Hall of Fame thing, makes me think everyone thinking, Stone Cold's going to be there. It makes me think, okay,
it's not going to happen.
He was there for the Hall of Fame thing, you fuckers. Right. He's not going to be there on night 2. But all these videos of him working out and staying buff, that's just him being,
That's him being awesome. He's been doing that forever, since he retired.
But, oh my God, I've told this guy, Julian, at work, he's a huge wrestling fan.
Is he really?
Oh
I
my
didn't know
God.
that.
Every night I leave, I talk to him about wrestling. I told him last week and this week, and me and Jamie are like, if that glass shatters at all Sunday night, if that stadium has a roof on it, if any,
It's gonna
fucking collapse.
Yeah.
And I'll probably start crying. I'm not crying, but I'll have the chill. Me and Jamie, I guarantee we'll be on the couch like, whoa! When the girl, it's gonna be insane Sunday night.
I think it's gonna be a bigger pop. I think it's gonna be a bigger pop if he showed up than CM Punk.
CM Punk at Chicago.
Yeah.
But again, here's my thing now. If he does show up Sunday night, I really wished he wouldn't have been at the Hall of Fame thing tonight, because then there'd be no fucking clue at all. And just to hear that glass shattering out of nowhere, like that's one of the most iconic sounds to hear in wrestling, is that glass shattering.
So yeah, I think he's gonna come out. He's gonna stun all of the bloodline, except for Roman Reigns. He's gonna get everybody out of the way for Cody to finish his story, and The Rock is gonna take one last stunner.
Oh. So do you think The Rock's done after this?
I don't think he's done. I think next year it's going to be Reigns and Rock
for the
head of the table. Yep.
So today, before I left work, me and Julian are talking like crazy. I'm like, "Hey, Julian." He goes, "What?" I go, "Acknowledge me." He's like, "Oh, you."
I'm gonna do that one day. Like he has no idea that I'm
right.
Okay,
wrestling.
Perfect. Don't say anything to him.
I won't.
Another theory I thought too was there was a lot of hints here and there. Well, at least I thought The Rock is gonna turn on Roman.
So yeah, because of the whole making the L and then the one, and then even was it Seth made a joke about it? Or he's like, what's this? What's this? On one of his things.
And then just last Monday, I think it was, when they were when Roman Reigns was holding the belt up, but The Rock was holding the Nightmare belt up.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So I mean, could that be a possibility too? I mean, I don't know.
And that's one of the theories too, is that Rock turns on Roman, which sets up the Roman and Rock feud for the next few months. Yeah. So,
So those are our predictions. By the time you hear this, it'll be over with.
Yeah.
But,
so while you're editing, you're gonna have to write down our predictions so we can see who was right and who was wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll remember them, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Like I said, I'm just so pumped now again. And now I want to go watch the Hall of Fame ceremony thing. But I kind of don't want to tell Jamie about it. So, are you going to watch SmackDown? Do you watch it ever? Like the replay of it?
Usually when we're done recording, like I watch whatever's left.
Okay, so then you're not going to watch what happened already, because Jamie was texting me. She said, where'd it go? Out of nowhere, she just sent me a text. I'm like, motherfucker, she's ruining it for me, because she goes, she goes, dude, almost just clotheslined one of the guys from Pretty Deadly. She goes, and I felt it. He also just like two-handed chokeslam JD McDonough. Pretty sure he died. And then I put, what? Almost is still around? She goes, yeah, it's the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Memorial fight.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like she goes, like 50 guys in the ring. They always have almost come back for it. I said, damn it, I wanted to watch that. And she goes, it's awesome. She goes, right now it's down to Bronson, Ivar, and Otis and the Asian guy from Alpha Academy. Those are the four left.
Oh, wow.
So she goes, oh, shit, no, Otis just got knocked out. And then she goes, I said, what does the winner get? Blah, blah, blah. She goes, so the Asian guy is out now, too. She goes, so it's down to Bronson and Ivar.
I think it's going to be Bronson.
They win the Andre the Giant. She goes, Bronson won it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay. So, yeah, I really want to watch that. But, I'm so excited, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be one of the biggest like WrestleManias I've actually been excited for.
It's the biggest ever. It's XL.
for the longest time. Like, last year was good. I thought Cody was going to end the reign then.
Yeah.
But when it didn't, I kind of knew like, not knew what was going to happen, but I kind of knew like they were going to want to push something big.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how much bigger can it get with The Rock?
Well, I read, I think it was The Rock's own words somewhere, or maybe it was just someone faking like it was, but they were trying to push Rock versus Roman this year.
Yeah,
but it went over bad because people wanted Cody to finish the story,
yeah.
So they quickly turned, Rock heel. Heel joins the bloodline, but yeah, it was originally supposed to be Cody and Seth, and then Rock versus Roman, but they had
there
to
was
turn
so
quickly.
much heat on that. Yeah.
So
But
Logan's like, this is fucking stupid.
You guys watch a big sweaty men hug each other. Oiled up men, I mean.
don't be jealous that you can't have muscles like that, man.
Hey, I will. Let me natural.
So
But yeah, those are our predictions. That was our episode. We talked, I think, more on wrestling than we did.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the biggest wrestling event of the year. I mean,
It
I know
is.
they have the big five, they call it, but if you ask
But this
me,
is number one.
WrestleMania is the
Yeah.
biggest of all
this
of
is,
them.
This is the Super Bowl of wrestling.
Marisol will probably text you guys about it.
She likes wrestling?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, she loves Rhea Ripley because Motionless in White does their song, and she's a big fan of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, she's the one that actually pointed out to me, because I'm like, I love that song, The Demons in My Dreams, and This Is My Brutality. She goes, that's 2 songs put together. I'm like, what? So I don't know if you know this, Logan, but the very opening of Rhea Ripley is, This Is My Brutality. Yeah. Then she comes out, and then the music starts. Well, that This Is My Brutality is a whole nother song. Then the other song is The Demon in My Dreams. I'm like, I didn't know that. I'm like, holy shit, it's 2 songs in one. So.
Yeah. Oh, she pointed that out to me too. She was like, or she said something about it being a continuation of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was almost Easton's walkout music last year for softball.
Really?
But like I said, she chose Pantera Walk instead, which is awesome.
Terrible.
So, but yes, it'll be an interesting episode. We touched a lot of shit tonight. Hopefully it's not corrupted this time again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
Marisol's a little upset that she's not in it, not from last week.
Yeah, you're right.
I know, I was so pissed. I'm going to still mess with it because I still have it on here.
Mm-hmm.
I just, every time I get it onto the computer, it says corrupted file.
That's weird as hell.
So, I don't know.
Faux
I'll
show.
still fuck with it. But anyway, guys, that's all we got for you today.
Yeah.
You can find us on all your major podcast platforms, at Instagram at impulsive_thoughts_pod, on Facebook at Impulsive Thoughts, TikTok. I haven't did anything. I actually just signed into it last night. It's been a while.
TikTok, Snapchat, or YouTube.
We're not
whatever.
on Snapchat. but-
Whatever, I can still say it. People will look for it.
So yeah, joined here with Mr. Dano
Yo. What?
and our special guest, Mr. Logan.
Is there...
And guys, always remember,
Good night, Mike.
and don't believe everything you think.
We out.
Later.